Hi students, this is Ms. Johnson back with 1-3 Learning About Properties. Today our SWBAT is we are going to understand the associative, the commutative, and identity properties. Exciting, I know. Alright, first one, the associative property. The associative property is a rule that refers to grouping, joining, or combining. In the world of math, it means putting parentheses around different numbers in a problem, but getting the same thing. I always like to think about it of who you are associating with. Are you associating with these people, or are you associating with those people? Alright, well, this is what it looks like with the associative property of addition. Okay, you're going to have parentheses around A and B, and then you're going to add C, or you're going to have the parentheses around B and C, and then add A. Okay, so if we put some numbers to it, if I go to the store and I'm going to buy new clothes, my clothes cost $10, $20, and $30, I can mentally do the math in my head using the associative property, where I can either add 10 plus 20 first and then add 30, or I can add 20 plus 30 first and then add 10. Either way, we get the same thing. We get 60, but we know that we're going to get the same thing because this associative property of addition. This is what it looks like in multiplication. You've got A times B plus C grouped together in parentheses, or you've got A times B grouped together and then C on the outside. Using some simple numbers, if I'm going to multiply 1 times 2 times 3, I can group 2 times 3 together, or I can group 1 times 2 together. Either way, I'm going to get 6. 2 times 3 is 6, times 1 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2, times 3 is 6. Okay, so this is the associative property. Who are you going to associate with? Who are you going to put parentheses around? Next one, the commutative property. And the commutative property refers to commuting or moving around. You're going to put things in a different order and get the same result. And I put a car here from cars because I always think about commutative as either I go from home to school, or I go from school to home. It's a different order, but I'm traveling the exact same route. Alright, here's what it looks like with math when we're working with addition. You can either add A plus B, or you can flip them around and add B plus A. As we know, 10 plus 20 means the same thing as 20 plus 10. They both equal 30. But we know this because of the commutative property. This is the reason why it's okay. Addition is that way. Multiplication, same thing, you can flip around the order. 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. They both equal 6 because of the commutative property. So commutative means different order. Home to school, school to home, same thing. And the last one is the identity property. And the identity is making and referring to things staying the exact same. So what I would think in my head is, what do I do to keep the same number? Like when we look in a mirror, we see the same thing. That's our identity. So for math, with addition and subtraction, what do we add to a number to keep it the same? Well, if you said that you add 0, you did a good job. Okay? Because 6 plus 0 equals 6. It keeps its same identity. How about subtracting? What do you subtract from a number to keep it the same? If you said 0 again, you are right. 6 minus 0 keeps it as 6. So it's whatever is going to keep it the same. Alright, multiplication and division. What do you multiply to keep a number the same? It is not 0 this time. If you multiply by 1, you keep the number the same. 6 times 1 equals 6. And of course, vice versa. If you divide by 1, 6 divided by 1 keeps the same identity. It keeps it as 6. Alright, summary for today. What did you learn? What do you need to remember? What do you think we will put on a test or quiz? Write it down here. And one question you still have. Alright, thanks for tuning in. This was 1-3 talking about properties.